Okay, we are doing the report on what has been the implications as that presented in this PowerPoint. So let's see what was said. So this is the set of implications, and this keep it on top. We discussed the implications, whether the suitable for this type of organizations, why or why not, what are the benefits, what does the organization need to have, why does it need to have, and what will happen if the policies are not followed. This presentation is being recorded as a video file, which is this presentation. Okay, let's move on to the next slide, which talks about the overview of the actions that have been taken in this regard. And the data presented in the LNC lawyers policy has been put in a spreadsheet. This is the spreadsheet, which is not being shared here, but anyway, that's further detail. The data was reviewed and commented upon as a yes for Y for yes and N for no for each item of the policy. Further, where relevant, appropriate reasons for the Y or N decisions have also been given. These details have been printed in the 3-page report as a PDF, which is presented later in this PPT. So now suitability, let's talk about suitability. Overall, the policy covers the policy requirements, and these are seen to be suitable for LNC lawyers type of organization. But they do not appear to be suitable fully because there are some issues. And these are the ones that are described in the next slide. And this inadequate aspects are the passwords for access counts must be 5 characters, and that does need to be. Need to strengthen the policy to have 8 or more. Email access, mobile device must be prevented. Now that I do not agree with that. And then email access be allowed after a full authentication process, preferably fingerprint or retina scan. Similarly, limit network resources, and that access from mobile must be allowed based on user function matrix. User function matrix being the actual users' functions, and so that's what that user will only be allowed to do. Limit network resources access from an end user, and then access for a while must be allowed based on user function matrix and email access, etc. Store the user manuals for your computer system in a place where they can easily be accessed for reference. I do not agree with that. This printed version must be kept under lock, especially if visitors are allowed, and for prevention of theft, etc. And it goes on in case of a security event, escalate the action. And this escalation is all one needs to do. Take it on your own can cause confusion. However, if responsible for the breach security area, then must follow the guidelines already learned. Do not let the media department know of the consequences of the breach. That's basically follow guidelines after escalations. That's what much. Disable and all ICT equipment. And these are also follow guidelines after escalation, because if you are part of that responsibility, then you may not need to disable your own equipment, change password every 6 months. Now, so on. Let's move on to the next one. The need, why do they need these policies? They need to access, record, create, and manage information. They need to especially related to the clients. The data needs to be kept confidential and for long-term access is crucial. ICT infrastructure is very important, and so on. So let's move on to the benefits and weaknesses. Benefits are such that covers the security related to ICT equipment, personal and visitors entry, data and filing access, basic password maintenance. These are the benefits, but however, the weaknesses are office ends people are only protected by one guard, receptionists and our guard bring people in, but is not stated how well trained they are in scrutiny of visitors. The problem becomes secure, especially when more than a few visitors wish to enter the premises. Not clear how people are authorized and or recognized as a regular office person or visitors, as there doesn't seem to be any identification tag of authorized entry. Security infrastructure plan diagram has been presented poorly. Now, what will happen if these policies are not followed? Consequences is chaos. In one word, data may be corrupted, it may be inaccessible, ransom demands are possible, reputation will become low, may bring the whole business down, the responsible management and our lawyers themselves may face present terms, etc. Digital data may take a long time to be recovered. Papers and or files may have to be recreated and may not be fully recovered fully as the original consent is concerned, because the reproduction may be dependent on memory of people or peoples. Now, this is the brief record of what was said. So we'll be using that for a report. This presentation scrutinized the policy document in detail. It was concluded in the main. In the main, the policy is suitable for organizations such as this, but there are some items that have raised negative reactions as being disagreeable. Some 9 items of policy, that is around 10%, were considered to be not in agreement due to reasons given in the main as inadequate or inappropriate or restrictive. Benefits and weaknesses of the policy were also presented. Benefits in the main seem as required, and weaknesses, although low in percentage, include an inadequacy of visitors management due to one guard or receptionist only being responsible. Also, the security infrastructure plan was seen as somewhat adequate as far as the plan in text form was concerned, but the network diagram did not seem to match the plan. Now, need for these policies were presented in detail, highlight the crucial information needs to be managed such as by such an. It was stressed that LNC lawyers need to follow such a policy. Otherwise, their business may be subject to ransom attacks, loss of reputation, as well as prison sentences for owners and management. This presentation that's being recorded right now will be given as a YouTube link, which we will put in here in place of this one. So that's where we finish the this presentation. And we stop the recording.